Hi, I'm Christopher Walker with Closely Observed English, and in this short video, I want to teach you pretty much everything you need to know about the present perfect in English. You probably spent a lot of time wondering about the present perfect. Maybe you don't have an equivalent of the present perfect in your language. For example, there's no real present perfect in Polish, and it can make things very difficult to understand. To help people understand the present perfect, a lot of course books and a lot of grammar guides list a whole load of reasons for why we have the present perfect and how you can use them. In this video, I want to try and get rid of all of those reasons and get down to just one idea of what the present perfect is, why we have it, and what you can use it for. So I'm going to start by drawing and talking. I'm using my little Wacom Bluetooth graphics tablet, which is my toy. I spent money on it, so I'm trying to use it as much as possible. So you'll have to live with my terrible pictures instead of some nice stock photography taken from the internet. So I'm going to start by drawing a situation. And here is, can you guess? Yes, this is my house. And it's a lovely sunny day one day. So I decide I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to go out walking. And whilst I'm out walking, I'm going to take some photographs. So here I've got my big Canon camera. It's a lovely thing. This Canon camera is just here. I've got a nice big lens and I like taking photos. So I take a lot of photos. So from here to here, I'm taking photos, and then just here I stop and I look at the camera to see how many photos there are, and I go, wow, look at this. I have taken 50 photos, and that is present perfect. So we have a look at the form which is over here, and we take have for most subjects and has for the third person singular, he, she, it, has, and we then add the third form of the verb that we're talking about. And here we say that you take photos, so I have taken 50 photos. But when do I say that? Well, I say that in the present moment. When I say I have taken 50 photos, we are in the present. Okay? But when I'm thinking about, the time I'm thinking about is the past. So I want to stop here for a second because this is the main point I want to make in this video. A lot of course books and a lot of grammar guides tell you that present perfect is when an action in the past is connected to the present. And there's a problem there because it's not always clear where that connection is, and it's not always clear how far in the past you can have your action. Does it have to be in the last hour, in the last minute, in the last year? We don't know because time is subjective. How we feel time is based on our feeling, our opinion. What you think is a long time might be a short time for another person. So it doesn't help us much to think about a past action and the present consequence of that action. But if we turn those two ideas around, suddenly the present perfect reveals itself. Look at that again. I have taken 50 photos. I'm in the present when I say it. I'm in the present and I look back at the past. From the start of my walk to now, click, 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 click 50 times, I have taken 50 photos. Now, if you like clever words that sound a little bit Latin, when we talk about present perfect, we can talk about this being the retrospective form. So what do we mean by retrospective? Well, retro means looking back, and spec is the actual look part. So we are looking back. It's not about an action in the past and the present meaning of that action. No, it's the other way round. We're in the present. That's why it's present perfect. And we're looking back. We are taking a moment to be retrospective. So let's see how this can work with a couple of other elements, shall we? I'm going to add some more elements to my drawing. Right, so I'm standing just here, and next to me here is a beautiful flower. Now, to me, that action, taking a photo of this flower, that action is very close to me in time. But that's how I feel about it. Other people might disagree. So I can say, what do you think? I have just taken a photo of a flower. So I feel that the action was close to me. So I'm in the present and I'm looking back. I'm retrospective. I'm looking back at the action of taking a photo of the flower. And I think, oh, that was close to me. I have just taken a photo of a flower. So for me, just shows that the action was close to the present. I don't have to look back far. I'm here in the present. I look back a little way and I have the photo of the flower, and there we go. So does that mean that just tells us only about things that were close to the present? When we look back from the present, it has to be close? Well, like I mentioned before, it's all in your opinion. For example, the human species, Homo sapiens, has existed for, 150,000 years? Something like that? Who knows? That's a long time. It's only really since the 1960s that we started to explore space. So in that sense, the 1960s are close to now. When we look back from now, from the present moment, we look back, we can say we have just begun to explore space. We're looking at about 50, 60 years of history, so it doesn't feel like a small moment, does it? But subjectively, in this context, we can say that it is, and we can use just. And you might say, oh, Chris, look over there. Can you see? There's a very interesting tree. Look at that tree. Doesn't it look like a man with a beard? Oh, maybe a little bit. And you say, yeah, it looks a bit like a man with a beard, don't you think? You should take a photo. I say, wait, let me have a look. No, looking back from the present moment, looking back, I can see, my camera shows this tree. So what can we say, do you think? Do you have an idea? I have already taken a photo of that tree. So already can be used to show that an action was complete when we look back from the present, looking back at the past. We can see maybe there's a bit of a surprise there. Do you want to take a photo of that tree? Oh, let me surprise you with this information. I don't need to take a photo of that tree because I have already taken a photo of that tree. Right, but look a bit further down the road, and what do we have? Well, we've got something very surprising. A little bit further on. Can you see this? This is an amazing drawing, isn't it? I'm an artist of the first order. Actually, that makes it sound like a Star Wars reference, which it's not meant to be. There's a cactus there. I look at my camera. Oh no, that's a head. So now I can talk looking back from the present. Did I take a photo of that cactus? No. So I haven't taken a photo of that cactus yet. There we go. So, to recap then, what have we learnt so far? Well, we've learned that the present perfect is the retrospective form. We start by putting ourselves in the present. We're in the present moment when we make these statements. And we're looking back at the actions that occurred in the past from our perspective of the present. So I can say I've just taken a photo of a flower because for me it seems like it was very close in time. I can say I've already taken a photo of that tree because I want to surprise somebody with the information. I can say, oh, I haven't taken a photo of that cactus yet. I'm going to, but not yet. And generally, I have taken 50 photos because I'm in the present holding my camera and it shows me how many photos are recorded on the memory card. I can look back into the past and think about, from the present, I can think about the past. Okay, you say. So how do we know when to use present perfect and when to use past simple? Well, this is where it gets a little bit complicated because you have to really think about it. But once you understand the nature of the present perfect, it becomes a lot simpler. So, right now when I say I've already taken a photo of that tree, when I say it, when I think it, I am in the present and I'm thinking back. It's like one of those flashbacks in a TV show or a movie. I'm in the present and I'm thinking back. But if I put myself in that past moment, if I stop thinking in the present and I think I am in the past, then I'd use past simple. I could look at the camera and here's the little date stamp. It tells me exactly what time the picture was taken. And then I'm putting myself in that past moment on my camera and I say, aha, look at this. I took a photo of the tree at 3 p.m. Now I'm not thinking about the present and looking back. I've moved myself into that past moment to talk about this photo. So I took a photo of the tree at 3 p.m. I can't say I've taken a photo of the tree at 3 p.m. because by making that time reference specific and including it in the idea, I moved myself to that past moment. And if I move to the past moment, I'm not in the present moment and I can't look back. So when you see time references that place you there, then you can't use present perfect. But we can still use time references a little bit. Let me show you what I mean. You probably have the idea already. So let's say there is the picture of the tree at 3 p.m. and I continued walking and here we are at 3:15. So the present moment is 3:15. So what can I say? Let's think. Maybe I took the photo there and that was photo number 40. Now I know there are 50 photos on my camera. So I can say I have taken 10 more photos since 3 p.m. There we go. So I'm in the present moment and I'm looking back at that time, looking back, and I'm marking that time and I'm only thinking as far as that time. I'm thinking from the present back to 3 p.m. I have taken 10 more photos since 3 p.m. There we go. Okay, so the key message here that I want to make about present perfect is that don't worry about all the rules that you read about present perfect. You only need to remember one thing and it will help you understand everything. When we use the present perfect, you are in the present moment and you are looking back. So present perfect for life experience. For example, I have never been to China. Well, of course it's present perfect because I'm in the present moment and I'm looking back over the course of my life and I don't see the action of going to China. So by going from the present all the way to the past, I can say I have never been to China. So when we talk about life experience, it's not a separate category. It's not a different way of using the present perfect. It's the same idea that you are in the present and you're looking back at the past. And that's it. Hopefully, this can explain everything that you need to know about present perfect. But if not, please feel free to leave a comment right below. I'd be very happy to answer any questions that you have. And I hope that this has helped you, if only a little bit. So until next time, thank you very much and enjoy learning English. Goodbye.